Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. So, in Satsang, it is to be reminded or to realize suddenly that we are not only the one who appears. There is an essence. Just to be. And that is always here, and it's obvious when we don't go into the mind, into the suggestions of the mind. So I would say, even though it will naturally happen this way, in the world of happenings, in the appearances, that one feels it goes back to its source, it's still the movement of the mind. And so you have not to believe it's more real than when you go out of the source. Because if you take it for more real, you will be disappointed because it's not always like that. You will not always have that feeling. In time, it goes on changing. Everything goes on changing in time. Movements are changes itself. So just know that you may have this experience and the impression, oh no, I'm not busy with my mind, so I am back to my source. You never left. What is never is even able to live, because it's not in the world of appearance. So that's good to hear. Then all those ideas to fix it and all that, or one day I will live permanently this way and that way, that falls, that disappears. They were based on sand platform. Well, so there is no problem, isn't it? Problems are in the life. But surely, hearing this, knowing this, surely that you will want for yourself to have moments without your mind. It's your birthright. Sure. And satsang is one of those places, but wherever you are, you can always have that opportunity.
Hi, Ganga.
Hi.
I've been busy with that again, because I had an experience where I felt, oh, this is me, but I see that I connect that a lot about feeling that I'm in my heart,
Yeah,
and that's
sure.
what it feels the most me.
Yeah.
And but then every other experience has been way more painful after that now, because I see there's been that suffering of like, oh, this is nothing, because when I feel like I'm in my heart or I'm being me, or that's what it feels most alive, more me, more connected, more. And with the suffering coming, the way I've been trying to be out of that is like, okay, I was still perceiving when I say I'm in my heart, this is me, this is most whatever, alive, connected, love. I'm still perceiving that, and I'm perceiving now.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say, because maybe there's still that wish to live from that place all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the wish of the human, sure. I mean, who wants to suffer or be uncomfortable? I think this is very natural. That's who invented the paradise, after all, is the human mind. Huh? Okay, so of course, and it's natural. It's natural to. If you can choose, you will go to happiness rather to suffering, isn't it? So all that is very natural, and surely in the end one will put himself in circumstances, or will try to put himself in circumstances which are better for him, where he feels better. But you see, and this is the hard thing, satsang, after all, I can agree that it's a cuckoo subject. Because we can never capture anything about something which makes you speak day and night, or makes you busy day and night. It's very strange, but it is not. It's true. It's the essence. Means what? Why we have been, if we are in satsang, is because probably we heard a sentence which was very attractive, or you trusted something like the sight of Ramana, looking like always quiet in any circumstance and all that. It speaks to you. But you see, he's not quiet because he solved everything in his life. He's quiet because he has known his essence, the essence of things. And that's what we are reminded in satsang. So the essence is not contained in the life. Life is contained in the essence, you can say like that, yeah? So what I want to mean, so I find there is nothing wrong, and you are right too. If you live with more heart, why not? It's a very nice wish, and it's very nice. But you will never be, maybe, but it may happen that even though you are not satisfied, there is still something which questions that. Because you see that it is still in the grip of time. It's not permanent. Or it goes on changing. Now you speak like this. Some time ago you were expressing differently, and you will surely express yourself differently later. So what? I forgot the thread.
I guess also what I mean when with the heart, when it feels like in those moments that it is the essence. It's not the human heart that I referred to.
I know. You may have glimpses. That's it. But you make it a glimpse because you still ask a question about it. So not to make it a glimpse, you have to know that when the mind reappears, that sentence, oh, I was more real at that time than other time, that has to be erased. Then maybe you don't make it a glimpse, just an experience, because your mind then possesses what is not possible to possess, but he has this experience and this arrogance to think he knows the essence. Yeah. Yeah, one can have a clear picture. You see, if you're a painter, you can be a master in reproducing a tree, for example, exactly like it is, but the painting is not the tree. So the glimpses are a bit like that. You have the same language to try to describe, but because the mind possesses it, it becomes a painting instead of the real tree. I don't know if it speaks to you, but this mind is extremely clever because it is that itself. But in shapes. So what? Don't worry. Live with your heart. Why not? It's better than to live with whatever else. But
but I see what you said.
But
now.
you are not
Yeah.
less the essence, which is not yours, if you live this or that. Okay, it's clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
It's clear. Then you are at peace if it is clear.
Yeah, because now I could see it was like there was that experience, and
Okay,
then the
let's
mind
not go back.
making everything.
Let's not go back. You have the tendency to go back.
Yeah.
And that spoils, you know. Don't go back. It's done, done. Who cares how it came to that? Huh? Okay? Okay. It's like, you know, in science, I'm not a scientific one, but I see that in science, what is the researchers in science, they always discover a new way to explain, let's say, or for example, the universe. And the revelation they have, the last revelation, looks much more real, much more true. This is like this. But it's in the same way, and then, of course, they continue, they will find something more true, etc., etc. This is the history of science, of research in that field. But here, the mind does the same, you see. He has a subject, okay, the search of who am I. So he has revelations which looks much more true than what you believed before. So you are totally, it changes your life and this and that, and you see things maybe differently and all that. But as it is still in time, you are a scientist of Advaita. You see, it's nothing wrong, but it will not satisfy you. So you cannot depend on revelations. There are aspects of this manifestation. And that's infinite, and that I still discover myself. Infinitely, you can discover aspects of this manifestation, its manifestation. But as you already are, you see, what you search, in fact, it doesn't fall into this system of deepening or of revealing. It reveals it more, and so it doesn't fall into that. This is the mind. This is the work, the way of the mind, the structure of the mind. So Just know it, just hear it, and then yourself are no more fooled. Even though it happens, it doesn't matter. Of course it will happen in this body-mind. All what is events and research and revelation and forgetfulness, all this is in the system. Because it's time. Dual. So feel free to speak if you want to speak.
Yeah. Morning, Ganga.
Morning.
I have a question about a glimpse.
Yeah.
So in that glimpse, as you said, there was the revelation that you're not only this and etc.
Yeah.
Also, it is in time. So I've learned with your teaching, it's in time. It was just an aspect of it. It wasn't. It isn't the real thing. And I also came to see that.
When you got it, it was the real thing, but immediately the mind came and told you those things. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yet the question is also that this glimpse, I see it in some way. It's also an anchor point. When I got caught or something, it's like, oh, but I go back to that, like, oh, that revelation, like, no, it's nothing. But I just heard you say, don't become a scientist of Ida Vedanta. That it's more, but the glimpse still is a sort of anchor point. But I know it's in time. But when I got caught, it's like, oh wait, I've seen once.
No, but look, what made the glimpse was the real thing. But to listen to the interpretation, oh, it's me, but then you will speak, oh, nothing ever happened, I am that, and all those things. That's an aspect of it, because then what happens when you come back? Where do you put all these things? It's not real?
No.
It is as real.
Exactly.
So it's an aspect.
Yes.
It's an aspect. But when you say you go back, you never left. You say you go back, it's an anchor because of that exactly. Because you had the experience of the vastness. It fits you? Okay, of the vastness of what is, which is my nature. But you fixed it in this way. Okay, because you fixed it, it's only in time that we can fix, oh, that's real and not the rest. When the rest comes, the rest will come because you fixed one thing. So it's a train, you know. You fix one wagon, there is an infinite wagon. It's like that. So what I say, you can't help, the mind will say. The mind will really express that. But stay from where you can even hear or see your mind. That's what you are. It's not what your mind says. And then you will not feel, oh, I am sometimes myself more or sometimes. You will not fall into the sometimes regarding your real nature. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yeah?
Why I look like this is because that is clear. I want to, if I also explain it correctly, because it's not like I'm going back, but I meant as an anchor point. It's more like not that I was more myself, but more like there I seen and then I can drop it. But that point was still in time, so I wonder if that anchor point must also be left. So it is not like I feel like I was more myself there, but because that stays as in a memory, like there I saw like. And then you can drop it or something. I don't know.
I think this is the vigilance Papaji spoke about. That itself reminds even your mind. You know. There is nothing wrong there.
That was my okay.
if I understood well, there is absolutely not. It's even a blessing,
Yeah.
finally, you know.
But still wanted to check
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
like,
no,
because
sure.
it's in time.
It's in time. But you know, what means liberation? Liberation is not a description of what you are, is that the mind is liberated from taking concept as real. And concepts, you know, I include senses and emotions and all that. So, there is a kind of enlightened mind. But it's not always enlightened because it's in time. But that's a blessing. Some wisdom. Even if one is not wise, 99%, there is a split second of wisdom sometimes. I don't know what to say. Ah. No way to. There is no exit from duality. You see, what is the exit? It will not be in duality. Really, the exit is that split second you get once in your lifetime, and then the print is so strong that even the mind remembers or has those expression, oh, I know myself, or oh, where I was. This kind of wisdom comes, vigilance, natural vigilance, but it's in time. After you live a life in time, even though you know very well your essence, that the reality is not in time. And that's why the search completely disappears. Because it appeared, yeah, there is an impression in the mind. For example, what is satsang? It is the mind which speaks of that. And it says, don't stop at the concept. So there is a kind of memory which came in the mind. Now, you are not, the realization is that you know that your essence doesn't depend on the time. So when there is a forgetfulness, let's say, and it happens in this mind, you will not start to go to this utopia, oh, I have to fix my state of enlightenment or of more reality. That's gone. But that's a huge suffering which goes, you know, a huge anxiety which goes. So, of course, this satsang doesn't offer you the recipe of a better life necessarily, but I find that the life is so blessed even to have got a split second of what is. This is enough.
That's exactly my question.
Yeah, it is enough. You don't have 2 times a realization. I mean, I am really sorry. It's not true because it's not needed. Once you see, and it takes really a split second. Who knows how and why? You have seen. And your life may continue as it was before, completely whatever, but you have seen.
That was exactly the question, because the mind said, but it was in time, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but that was exactly the yes.
Okay.
I think.
Now in your lifetime, and this is very personal again, maybe because you have realized, let's speak like that, how to speak then. you may like sometimes in your life to have moments of being more absorbed in the silence, would say the mind, or whatever, and it can happen. And but then it's not into your. It doesn't matter how life is. It doesn't matter. Some will remain totally active as before. Some may slow down and then again be active. And it is not that will solve the search of who am I. That is sure. You can go to cave before, and you can't help. You will do because you seriously want to solve that. It's an example. But it will not help more than the one is always busy and suddenly so fed up that he stops. So afterwards, it's just a matter of a destiny which you didn't plan even. It's like that. That's why I call this, but it should not be the solution that I give you. But for me, this manifestation is a real mystery because we don't know how it will be lived afterwards. There is no recipe that always everybody will be absorbed after that and all. No, no. There is no model. There is no model. Models are to inspire before, after, basta. That's why it's very important to, very important, I just see that now, but to know that in satsang the words are the demand, which are directed to what you already are, even the one who is asking, for example, is already that. They are just, they have the function to remove beliefs, but it doesn't mean, because the mind then says, so when one is enlightened, he has no more beliefs. You see the difference? They are directions. They have this power to root out beliefs, but it doesn't imply that what you are is only with no concepts or emptiness, because that conclusion of the mind is wrong. And if you base or identify what you are for that, you will be in trouble because it's in time. Anyway. Okay, if I'm not clear and you came, it's your birthright to ask questions. If you have a question, please ask. I tell you, even if you already know it's the mind and so on, if the question is there and has been recurrent, it's why not to ask? Because you know very well that the knowledge is not enough. Even if you know, oh, this is the mind, I should not go there, but then after you are still troubled by your mind. So it was not enough to have the information. You have to, it has to clear up, but not in the mind. I think I can. I am. I hope I am understood.
Yeah, the last time you said to me, it's the life, I'm not alive. But the life keep always affecting me and I get lost in the life.
Yeah, yeah, sure. But what is affected? Tell me now. What is affected?
I don't know. I'm
so-
just
I
lost.
don't know. My senses, my emotions, my mind. What I don't know. Of course,
Yeah,
you know.
what is affected, the peace is gone and the mind is worried. Worried.
Yeah. But
troubled.
wait. We come to that. So, what is worried? It's your mind. Or what is affected is emotions or senses. There are three things, in fact. Isn't it, this mechanism? Okay. So, that is affected. What? Okay.
Somebody said the body also.
Senses is body, no? So that is affected. Now, you speak like that because you saw what before or once? Because you saw I'm not only the mind and the body. You must have seen, otherwise this question is not even a trouble.
Yeah.
Okay. So I say, that may remain, my dear, but it is your person. But you know that your essence produces that. Your essence is something else, is the background of what appeared. And what appears, it appears. There is no better and wrong here. Better and wrong in life, because we have values, we have a mind with ethics and all that. But in the eyes of the background, there is no right and wrong in this manifestation. What to do? So, it doesn't mean anything about what you really saw, about the essence. Otherwise, you fall into those who keep this utopia. Because I saw the essence, because I know I am the essence, my life will be different. I will finally be a saint, a messiah, whatever of this kind. I still want to see them and point out that they are not saints, not messiah. They are just dual as anybody else. Let me enjoy.
Who is any dual as anybody else?
What?
Who is as dual as anybody else? Who?
Those who pretend that in the manifestation they are all the time the essence. They are, but I mean, they mean the person is absorbed in the essence. It's fake. You cannot all the time in time to be absorbed in the essence. I've not seen any. Maybe I am not lucky, but I don't care because it's not true. It doesn't exist. Anyway, if you don't like what I say, doesn't matter. But then be in your utopia and you will never attain it. You will never. Then what? You suffer for nothing. Nothing. Better to know. Okay, all what happens to me is in this. It doesn't mean anything. She can cough, doesn't mean anything. No confirmations, nothing. Oh, I'm really fed up with beliefs, I tell you. I don't know why one suffers because of belief. Myself, I suffer so much. That's why probably I'm so revolted. Because I tell you, don't save a belief. This is the only thing I can tell. Don't save a belief. You will never be successful. Just see things as they are. Now I would like to tell you, that knowing all this, it doesn't mean that in the life you may not free yourself a bit from too much torments and all that, but it is not to search who you are. It is to relive a bit your life. Of course, there everybody has this freedom to do so or not. Huh? I don't say to people, keep your suffering in life. No, I just say as things are, and there in the life you are free to do work or not work on yourself as a personality, of course. But it's a different job. I don't have that job. You can ask questions and totally cool down. She wants to.
Good morning.
Good
I think I have an easy one. A very practical one. Would you say, Ganga, that in the technique or in the way to stop the mind, it is a better or a more, there's more quality in it when it's really still, when you sit, when you meditate, when you fall into yourself?
Yeah, but
then
that is already that. So the success of not being in your mind.
Yeah.
But you ask how to be like that.
How to be like that, and if it's more, now if it's easier if you're completely still, or if you can also find the state if you paint while painting, or while walking, or while dancing.
Okay. You know, in life, even children, have those moments of free mind, you know, and painters also, and artists also, and non-artists. I mean, everybody has known, or they remember or they don't. And what was the question? Yeah. So, how to be consciously without your mind? This is maybe the question. I feel personally that it's a practice maybe, but it's a bit a different practice in the sense, if you spot the mind, so if you spot whatever you know, whatever you experience, feel, sense, it is arising, and it happens to somebody. So when you spot the mind, it's enough to see, oh, that's the mind, and the mind is not alone, it has an owner. And you just then keep quiet. It doesn't take long. You don't need to meditate for hours. I think this you may repeat by yourself whenever you really feel it. I find it very efficient. Now, of course, you are still busy with the mind because you still believe it has a power on you. But that's second best, what to do. Yeah? But there you have to be, you see, without compromise. There is not a single aspect of that which is not the mind. You will be, it's an amazing discovery. And the funny thing is that they all appear because of I. I feel, I see, I don't see, I. Always I. And so what is this I? If we can speak about it, what is it? Tell me. You know the answer. If I can speak of I, of the subject of the object, what is it?
It's a mind.
Yes. Then you keep quiet.
So if I understand it correctly, even though I have the glimpse of not being in the mind while I'm in the flow of dancing, of painting, of walking, I'm still in with the senses. There is still an aspect of the mind which is bigger if I would just sit and meditate and don't use my senses, my body, the rest.
I would not speak like that, because nobody knows the recipe anyway. But when you have this experience, at least know, oh, I am not in my mind. That's it, you know. How it happened, we never know. We never know. Otherwise, if we knew, we would do it just now, isn't it? We don't know. And I want to say, add something. When you have that in some activities, then you will attribute, oh, I can get this experience because I'm dancing, for example. And that's wrong. That's wrong. At least because that belief is there, then it makes it a glimpse. It makes it an experience. So what you see, it's not seeing, but what you experience at that time without your mind is your essence. And it is not depending on any cause.
Hello. Why does my attention go to the mind even though I don't feel like I want that?
He's enslaved, tyrannized. It's an old habit. No, it's a habit. And don't be impressed by its grip, because anyway, it's an illusion to believe that you are tyrannized. You see? So, even if it appears, don't be impressed. It may still appear even when you are yourself the proof. So, don't confuse what you are for what happens in this body. Yeah.
So the confusion is there's still the desire that it should not be like
Yeah, I know.
that.
I know. You have to drop that one. You keep one belief or one desire, you are in the world of desires or beliefs. I mean, you put yourself into that. You know, you have to really understand, I think it's not yet really clear, that you already are like like all the universe, that essence. There is just a confusion with the world of appearance and the essence. So you believe that the day I am realized, my appearance will not have those things. It will. Eventually, I mean. It can. It doesn't mean anything about what you are. It doesn't mean anything. It's just meaningful or not or whatever in your life. And that is the split second of realizing that, you see. Yeah.
Hey, Ganga. In my life, I was doing Tai Chi, and also I was enjoying non-verbal communication. And I had the idea that when I do it, I'm easily out of my mind. And now hearing you speaking, I see that it doesn't matter what kind of form you choose. The one form is maybe a bit more easier to get to that, to what I, for the moment I call it a state. Then, for example, when I'm just cooking or being
When what? You are-
cooking,
I
or-
thought.
or-
Yeah, okay.
being
Yeah.
very material in life,
Mm.
that also there is still everything available. In fact, I'm not so aware on that, in that form, in these forms, right? Is my question clear?
I don't know if I understand well. Don't you confuse the person who is aware, conscious of? I'm conscious, I am doing, I'm conscious, I am in satsang, or I'm conscious for consciousness. Because you see, to be conscious will die, as I. I'm conscious. You can even be conscious up to, oh, I'm conscious, I'm dying, example. But then after you die, and nobody will be there to be conscious of. So that's not what is indicated in satsang. What is indicated in satsang, as we have every day that experience, is when we sleep soundly, we so dream and there is no waking state. We don't know when we sleep because the mind sleeps. But that awareness is there. That is the essence, not less than that. Is it clear?
Yeah, I spoke about it as, like say it, call it preliminary states, preliminary practices.
Yeah.
That has the tendency to more adapt you to the idea that you are already what you are, less than, for example, just the material life.
Okay. So there are experiences of that.
Yes.
Yeah. To have an experience of that has the risk to not to be there all the time because it is in time. You agree or not?
Yeah, but I wanted to just say that whatever is happening is able to bring you to that awareness that you are what you are.
Yes, because everybody, if you ask, they all have a different cause. One was driving and suddenly boom, or one was looking at a cockroach and suddenly boom. One was asking who am I and suddenly boom. We don't know. We don't know. That's why there is no a special recipe, you know. But I have to add, so it can come out of the blue or not out of the blue. If it is not out of the blue, I mean, you have heard a lot about all this, and you know what it is not. Because if it is out of the blue, as it happens to people, but their mind doesn't even know what happened, and then suddenly they relate when they read or hear satsang, they oh, that's what I lived, and so on. But their mind is still not empty. When I say empty, it's not that there will be an empty mind for anybody, but at least they are seen as concepts. It's not a rooted something real. and their mind is not empty enough, so they will interpret it in a wrong way. I don't know why I speak like that. Yeah, is it corresponding to what you say?
Yeah.
So anything can do, but I see that the mind itself, if it is not, it's very strange. I don't know if I can repeat that another day, but if it is not educated, if he has not heard directions like don't land anywhere, or oh, this is mine, so don't go there, just to have the opportunity to realize, they will make it a glimpse and not a realization. That's what I want. And a glimpse means what they will teach will be very nice in the beginning, because it's very near the source, but with time it will be loaded by revelations and whatnot, philosophies, religion, mysticism. Yeah.
Thank you.
But you know quite a lot already. How come you... Don't tell me that you still doubt.
No, I don't doubt. No.
Ah,
No, it's just that I was seeing that
anything can do.
that anything can do, and that when that there is a preference for certain expressions and expression experience.
It will not happen then.
No.
It takes always you by surprise. That's that is true. That's why you see, I still, of course, I speak about my own experience, so I cannot say it has to be like that. But when you get a glimpse, and definitively you have seen what you are, but then your mind interprets. So if I didn't have the luck to live with my master, or to be more time with my master, I would not have cleared up my mind. So I would have believed that the suggestion of my mind of what it is. So those who live after a glimpse, there is a big risk that they will make a something out of it. Well, nothing wrong, of course, but in the eyes of the uncompromising, it will be a something. That's all. If you speak of deepening, it means it doesn't still owned by the mind. So the experience of what you are has been owned by the mind, and you believe the mind. Then there is a life of deepening eventually. I deepen, but in fact it is still the mind. The mind has so many layers. And if it is
So
still...
you understood that I was speaking about deepening?
No,
Okay.
but I jumped into that.
Okay. Because I didn't.
I have a drink which makes me talkative. You feel concerned?
No, I didn't recognize that I was speaking about deepening.
Some people understand what I mean. I don't look at them, but with my own experience, I see that there is a deepening in my way to express or discover more and more what it is not. But this is a research in time. I'm quite passionate about that, but I cannot confuse that for what is. What is from the very beginning, it's like this and it's like this. Huh? So it has nothing to do with the essence. It has to do with its creation. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Ganga.
Hi.
Just to clarify, I'm. It's helping me. I'm becoming more aware, more conscious of what my mind is doing. You know, it's lovely to be calm and still, but also to be aware of when I'm angry or whatever state I'm in. But that awareness itself is not who I am either, is it? Or is it?
That awareness of
the
I
awareness,
am aware of.
yeah.
No, it is I. It is I as a person.
Yeah.
Listen, I is that itself. But when we put I with a qualificative, I am somebody,
Yeah.
then that awareness is also limited. That will die.
Yeah.
But I, from where it arose or is manifested, is out of birth and death.
It's another label.
Which one?
The,
I
the,
am
the
conscious
I,
of.
The I am conscious,
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
aware.
yeah, very good. Yeah. It's a qualificative. Yeah, label, yeah. Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
No, it's interesting. But you know, it's true that it could be very confusing. I remember there was in France Pascal, philosopher, he was telling, he suddenly saw that he is a dust in this universe, and of course it changes his vision of life, it changes even what he saw of himself. But it is still, he was aware of, you see, as just before he was not aware of. So, yeah, that dies. And that's why it's exactly in the same in the sleep. It's not that you are aware of your sleep when you are, let's say, realized. You don't need to be aware of your sleep. Poor you, sleep, have a sound sleep, you know. But awareness is there. Same. There was a time, because of Mandukya Upanishad and wrong understandings, that people were making so much effort, and sometimes with success, to be aware in their sleep, and they thought it's that. No, not at all. So When you sleep, you sleep.
What is exactly the problem?
I never said there is a problem. We know that you are funny.
I think I have very small problems.
Lucky you.
But I can live my whole life thinking they are very big.
You become wise man. Whoa. You don't look like, but you are. Oh. Thank you very much.